If you don't eat this, you can go to bed hungry.
But you're the ones. Please. Well, you don't really like tomatoes, right?
I hate tomatoes and I will never like them.
You
Love it.
eat
And your favorite
pizzas,
food.
you eat tomato sauce, and you eat pasta sauce, which is made out of tomatoes.
And Rajma has tomatoes. It's cooked tomatoes, so
No,
sorry.
it's not.
You're not
But
getting away with
there's
that.
no
I
hope
like
for
it
you.
more with basil.
But you still like it.
And don't you leave
Yeah.
Love Mom's tomato basil soup. It's literally the main
Yeah,
part
but
of
it
it
has-
is
Tomatoes.
No, it's just basil.
But it's
there's like 3 leaves of basil and like 20 tomatoes.
Should I be giving my child a multivitamin daily?
Depend on the diet, sorry.
I would say that I don't think that a multivitamin is necessary for most people.
Yeah.
Okay, because most people are getting the vitamins and minerals, but there are some conditions in which they wouldn't necessarily get all the vitamins and minerals that
Such
they need.
as B12, which is why we have to take a supplement for that. And since we're trying to be more vegan, we tend not to lean towards that type of stuff, which means that we don't get the B12, which means we just take it in a vitamin, which is so yummy. Medicine is yummy,
Medicine is
especially the
delicious.
gummy medicine.
Especially like
Well, gummy medicines can cause cavities,
I
so
know.
Popsicle.
We try not to do gummy vitamins, but
Ooh,
you're right. So
vegan.
it depends on what you're having, and if you're not having animal products, then you are missing out on B12 and also
Yes.
often on vitamin D, unless you're really aggressive about getting sunlight, and it depends on the
And
time
eating
of year.
mushrooms.
And eating mushrooms.
And like in the winter, it's gonna be harder if you live like in a place where it snows,
Yeah.
or even here where it's like really cloudy. And so it makes it really hard.
Yeah. So the other thing is that when you have multivitamins, they combine a whole bunch of vitamins together, and sometimes those vitamins don't, they affect each other when they're in the same pill. So you don't want to have them in the same combination together because they can affect, they basically affect the efficacy of the other ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And another thing is that you need, like, for example, we talked about with vitamin D, it's fat soluble. So you would need to have vitamins A, D, E, and K with some sort of fat. Like, that's how it's going to
Right.
absorb better in your body.
Like with avocados or nuts.
Or with avocados or nuts. That's right. But whereas with with some of the other vitamins that are water soluble, like the B complex vitamins or C vitamins, those are water soluble. So,
Okay.
right? And then the other thing is that a lot of times people will decide that they don't want to take, that they take multivitamins, so then they don't need to eat healthy food.
Yeah.
So it's much better, much better to get your vitamins and your minerals from your food itself. Next question. My daughter has been very moody and seems depressed lately. I know that this can happen as kids grow up, but she has been eating out more and sometimes hides junk food. Can the foods that she eats affect her brain?
Of course it can. I know some people who eat junk that are moody. Like whenever they eat junk food, they just get moody.
All right, so that's just anecdotally, right? But I mean, you have to actually study these things for sure. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, water is really important for the brain, right? So people who are dehydrated also tend to have problems with their brain, right? I mean, they get lots of headaches. You can get lots of moodiness and issues from being dehydrated.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely I would say yes.
Learning some valuable information here.
Okay. All right, so here's one. So I got a picture, an email with a picture attached, and it said, "Can you look at a picture of this food label and tell me if this food is good for me?" So I get those sometimes. All right, so what do you think? Like, what would you say? Okay, so you look at the label,
Okay.
right? Any label. What kind of things do you see on that label? What are you looking for when you look at the label?
I am looking for, depending on what it is, if it's like a canned food, I am looking if it says corn syrup or really anything, if it says corn syrup, maltodextrin, stuff like that, like big long words that also are other words meant for syrup. And then I'm also looking for, mainly in breads, this is, I'm looking if it says wheat flour. You really
Whole
need,
wheat.
No, I'm saying checking to see if it has wheat flour that's not whole wheat, because if it's not whole wheat flour, it's not that healthy. So I want to make sure to put it back if I can't find that. And even if it says organic, that really does not mean it is a little bit healthier, because that's just because they didn't inject some toxins into it. But really, you need to look for the whole wheat, the sugars and stuff like that.
They're not injecting toxins into the food. Okay. So they're not going into the food with a needle and injecting toxins into it.
Okay.
Okay. But what they are doing is, a lot of times the foods are refined where they're removing the outside layers, the bran on the outside, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're removing a lot of the vitamins and minerals from it.
Okay.
Okay. But so there are other components, right? So you look at, what do you look at when you see? We look at the labels.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at different things. We're looking at the serving size, right? Because they could say, oh, this thing is, they might make it look like it's a really healthy thing, but the serving size might just be a really small amount, right? So you have to look at that and see, what is the serving size? How many servings are in a packet? You look at the calories. You look at the things like the nutrition information about, the vitamins and the minerals, right? So it'll say things like, it might say sodium,
Okay.
right? You're looking at that, how much sodium is in it.
Okay.
You're looking at how much added sugar is
Yeah.
something, right?
Added sugar is
How much
something that we don't want to have.
We don't want to have added sugar. How much fiber is in it?
Mm-hmm.
So those are things that are important,
High
right?
fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, sugars, all of that stuff.
Yeah. See,
Big no.
Saturated fat.
yeah, and you want to look at the saturated fat.
They kill you.
So, and you know what? Some of the best foods to eat are the ones that don't actually come with a food label, right? They're not in a packet.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
The produce.
Did you notice, like, at the front of the grocery stores, and when you're checking out, there's a bunch of like unhealthy snacks?
Yes. So in the front, there's a lot because they try to get you, right?
Yeah.
They try to have this really nice packaging and labeling, and you're like, "Ooh, that looks really yummy. I'm gonna try to eat that." So you want to go to the
Yeah,
sides.
but in
to the
Trader
periphery.
Joe's, in the front, there are fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, and the one we went to today.
There are fruits and vegetables, but they're on the side. Did you notice when you walked through, though? We walked through a little area
Yeah,
of some
I
baked
did.
goods. Yeah. So first, to get there, you have to walk through the baked goods.
And
Right.
then when you check out, there's chocolate.
There's more stuff right before you
Wow.
So before we talk about the last question, also we want to look and see if there's any preservatives, additives, foods that don't sound like food on the label, and also dyes.
Okay.
Because a lot of these dyes can, be promoters of cancer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Next question. My children are very picky eaters. How can I get them to eat more healthy foods?
There's a simple answer. Don't bring junk into the house. Say, if you don't eat this, you can go to bed hungry. If you bring junk into the house, they can just go upstairs and just get it and eat it. If you don't want to eat dinner, go upstairs and go to sleep. You don't bring those in. Bring the healthy stuff. Say, if you don't want to eat it, you can go to bed hungry. And then they'll have to eat it. And they'll be eating every day. And then you
Okay.
can give them a treat once in a while.
Okay, so you can do that.
And then it will be even more special.
But you just have to remember that your kids take after the role model and examples that you set for them. So if you start eating junk and then you tell your kids don't eat junk while you're sitting there on the couch eating like French fries or Doritos or something, they're not really gonna listen to you, because they're gonna be like, oh, well, my parents are doing this, so it's fine. So really set the example. And then another way to do that is two things. Don't bring that junk into the house, and let your kids help make the meals. We had a meal planner that we used to use where it's like a sheet that said Monday through Sunday, and then it went breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. And then there'd be 2 snacks in all those meals. And we would write in what we wanted to eat for each day. And then we'd go to the grocery store on like a Sunday or something, and we'd go pick out all the foods all the ingredients that we'd need for every single day. And then we got to help make the food, and it really was nice, and we were encouraged to eat that food more. But it's not like we can just add potato chips to it. It have to be something healthy that had a nutritional value to it.
Okay, that's a really good answer. So get the kids involved and get kids involved with the planning,
Mhm.
with the shopping, and with the preparation, right? Because you guys are more likely, you guys are great eaters. And I think part of it is that you're the ones. Okay. Please. You guys are great eaters. So kids are really great at making good choices about their food. So I think the fact that you guys are good eaters is because you've been involved with the decision making and the shopping and the preparation for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And you know what the other thing is?
Hmm.
So a lot of times parents will say, oh, I'm not going to make this food because my daughter won't eat it. But the thing is that, the taste buds change every 2 to 4 weeks.
Good point.
Yeah. So when the taste buds keep changing, we might mentally think, oh, I'm not going to like it, but you should still try it anyways. Is there any food that you've not liked in the past that now you like?
What's it called? Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts? Mushrooms. Yeah. Both of you actually were really picky about it. But what did you notice about Brussels sprouts, Maya?
That I don't like them. Another thing is that they might not like it cooked one way, but they might like it cooked another. Like I didn't like Brussels sprouts, and we would always air fry them. Then we got this new microwave type thing, oven thing, and now now we can steam them in there, and I love them in that.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like them steamed, but I like them air fried. So, and Neil, you know what I remember about you?
What?
Well, you don't really like tomatoes, right?
I hate tomatoes, and I will never like them.
Well, I don't think that you should have that attitude. But you do like tomatoes when they're cooked.
No, I never like
so
tomatoes.
you don't not like tomatoes. You just don't like them.
I don't like tomatoes in any way.
Oh, you do, because you love it in your favorite food.
You eat tomato sauce, and you eat pasta sauce, which is made out of tomatoes.
And Rajma has tomatoes. It's cooked tomatoes, so sorry.
No, it's not.
You're not getting away with that.
No
I
hope
like
for
it
you.
more with basil.
But you still like it.
And don't you love Mom's tomato basil soup? It's literally the main part of it is tomatoes.
No, it's just basil.
But
There's like 3 leaves of basil and like 20 tomatoes.
No, there's not.
Next time you can make it with me.
And see, maybe there might be 100.
Yeah, you can make it with me. All right. So this was really good. You guys were excellent medical students.
Thank you.
All right, Neil,
Tomatoes
sit
are
up.
killing me.
They will kill me.
Sit up. All right, let's try that again. You guys were excellent medical students. Thank you so much for helping me with my emails.
You're welcome.
No, you mean I'm an excellent doctor. She is a medical student.
All right.
Always delighted to help you.
Thank you so much to both of you.
Thank you.
And Neil, do you want to close us out?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please subscribe, or else I'll go to your house and subscribe for you. Also, tell 3 other friends, or else I will go into social media and post it for you too.
And please remember to click the like button and follow our videos. Remember, more subscribers means more money for Thara. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.